Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shoshana Gross. I'm the manager of major events with the Ohio Restaurant Association, and this is our Daily Dose. This week, we are meeting with Todd Bowen, the Managing Director of Government and External Affairs for the Ohio Restaurant Association. So welcome, Todd.
Thank you, Shoshana. Always great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too. And thank you so much for joining us to talk about all things government affairs today. So right off the bat, there's some big legislation rolling out at the federal level. If you want to just talk a little bit about the new guidelines there.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the one subject probably at the top of every restaurateur's mind this week is the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. We fought so hard to get that across the finish line. Appreciate everybody that engaged in that battle with us. But finally, the SBA has set a date at which you can apply for an account to begin the process to apply when they open. And that date is this Friday, April 30th at 9 o'clock. So I would just 100% encourage everyone, log on as close to that time as you can, create your account. And then the number two thing I would encourage everyone to do, and it's so much that we could get into that's too lengthy for the video, but I would say go look at our memo from yesterday. We have some links to the sample application, links to some great FAQs, and links to the webinar that we did in conjunction with the National Restaurant Association. The SBA was actually on, and the Michigan Restaurant Association. There's a lot of great details to help you study up and be ready when you get that application in. And as always, if you have additional questions after you read through the FAQs, always reach out to us and we'll be glad to do our best to help you answer those questions.
Fantastic. And we'll make sure we put the link for where you go find those rules in the description for this video as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, definitely be ready Friday to sign up for the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. And then I know you're also working closely here at the state level on some concerns around the state budget. So what's going on there?
Yeah, so from the state perspective, this is a budget year. The state does their budget on a biennium, which means the new fiscal year actually starts July 1st of 2021 for the next 2 years. And so we have been working really hard to make sure that our state lawmakers know that restaurants, hospitality businesses still need help. And in the budget, there is a grant program for restaurants, bars, and lodging. So as that progresses, we'll certainly make sure everyone's aware. We are also working on a separate track on some dollars that could become available even yet in May or June. That would be additional dollars. So more to come on that, but we're working really hard to make sure that they still know that there are some needs. And then from a macro sense, the state budget, we're just working hard with some other business organizations to make sure that it's a business-friendly budget. There are going to be actually, I think, a few small business-related tax cuts and no tax hikes on businesses, which is really important as we're emerging from a crisis. And the third thing, one of the things that we're working on in the budget that's kind of post-pandemic, anybody who's applied for a liquor license or to move your liquor license in the last couple of years just knows how hard that process is. So they're actually working on some dollars in the budget to modernize that process. That'll take them a little bit of time to do, but you've got to get started somewhere.
Fantastic. So as always, some great efforts at the state level, and it's nice to hear us kind of moving into some post-COVID concerns, starting to feel a little bit more like business as usual, even though there's some steps still to full recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so last week was a big week for us in government affairs at the ORA. We had our public affairs conference with the National Restaurant Association. We had so many great attendees from Ohio there, and so we just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that and some of the highlights.
Yeah, number one there, Shoshana, I just want to thank everyone. We had so many Ohio operators. We had more Ohio operators log on for the Public Affairs Conference and participate in it than any other state. So thank you to all of you who logged on. And then we also held a virtual meeting with every one of our Ohio members of Congress or with their legislative staff. And those are so important to do because they help us build those relationships so that anytime we have an issue, we're able to go and talk to them. So thank you to everyone who participated in those. And I know one of the things we heard consistently is that as customers are coming back, workforce is an issue for all restaurant owners and operators, and we will continue to raise that issue. And one of the things that got talked about was certainly unemployment benefits and also the unemployment system. And I guess the system is what I just want to touch on briefly here, Shoshana. We do know that a lot of folks are having potential employees come in, apply for a job, maybe go through some part of the interview process, but then not follow through. And one thing I would really encourage, if you do offer a job to someone and they don't take it, there is a provision through ODJFS to report that so that it would encourage them then to find a job and make the unemployment system work better. We know there's been so much fraud in the system. The ODJFS is working hard to do it better, but we have to do our part and report those. And that's also highlighted in our memo yesterday.
Absolutely. So we're happy to hear that ODJFS is working hard on that, and we will help to make sure that that system is working properly as well. And then last but not least, we're planning a fun outing to support our advocacy fund for the ORA and for the National Restaurant Association as well. So that is coming up on Monday, June 28th.
Yeah, absolutely. So many of you are participated in our golf outing in the past. So the registration for that is open. So go to ohiorestaurant.org, look for the events page, register your foursome, register to be a sponsor. It's both a fun way to spend a day, and it really does help us in our advocacy efforts. So I encourage everyone to do that. And then the final thing I'd encourage everyone, I know so many restaurant folks are already doing this, encouraging their employees, family to get vaccinated. Continue to do that. The governor announced yesterday, so many places are actually starting to offer walk-in vaccines. So it's available to everyone. Encourage folks to go out and get their vaccine so we can continue the path back to a normal summer.
Great. Thanks so much for joining me, Todd.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shoshana. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.